Hello, welcome to everyone, whether you're in the UK, North America or the rest of Europe. Welcome, whether you're listening now or recording. I'd like to say who I am. I'm Angela Smith. I've actually been with the Super Patch Company for 4 years this month, and I'll introduce you to Paul Austin, who is going to be explaining our amazing products, all about it. Welcome,
Thank
Paul.
you so much. I appreciate everybody being on here. Thank you, Angela. And gosh, I've been with this company. I apologize. I've got a hat, I've got a t-shirt. I'm up at my cottage. I'm with my kids, but I'm also making time for business at the same time. That's the beautiful thing about this industry. But I come to you and just, I have to sort of backtrack a little bit in terms of how I sort of came across this, and how, gosh, 7.5 years ago, somebody showed me some what they called magic, and it's never been the same since, but all in a positive way. So way back, a friend of mine said, we were at a conference in Houston, and he said, "Hey, want to see some magic?" And I said, "Hey, who doesn't?" Sure. So I was waiting for some cards to be pulled out, or whatever magicians do or whatever. I didn't really think he was a magician, but so the funny thing was, he pulled out a pair of socks, and I kind of chuckled, and I was like that's it? And he said, yeah, it's incredible. He goes, "Don't ask me. All I know is this guy invented this. His name's Jay, and there's a pattern or something here that touches your skin or whatever it does, and the next thing you know, it changes everything: your balance, stability, range of motion. You'll feel energy, all these different things." And I thought, well, that sounds kind of ludicrous. Okay, I mean, let's do whatever we got to do here. I'd like to see. So he goes, "I got to do a demo, and I'm going to prove your balance." And I thought to myself, well, I got good balance. I mean, I can walk everywhere. I can run everywhere. I don't have any issues. I don't hold on to walls. And he said, no, seriously, so stand beside me. And so I stood beside him, and I'd stand, but you may not see all of me. So he said, just make sure your shoulder and your arm is all perfectly, don't bend your elbow or anything. Just keep everything straight, make a fist. And then he was going to be on the side of me and lift up on it, and I had to resist him. So I said, sure. So I pushed down, he lifted on me, and of course I started falling to the one side. So I thought, that's bizarre, or not bizarre. I mean, I was thinking, well, okay, that's everybody would that not happen to everybody? I mean, you just lifted me and you got rid of me off to the side. So then he said, hey, this next one's pretty cool too. So put a fist on top of a fist, put your feet together, and then I'm just going to push straight down, and then we're going to see what happens. So I said, okay. I stood strong. He came in front of me. He pushed down on my fists, and I fell forward towards him. And of course he grabbed me and said, yeah, so you can see your heels came up, you came to me. I said, yep, I saw all that. So then he said, okay, now put these socks on. So I got the socks, I put them on, and he said, okay, we're going to do everything that we just did exactly the same. So he said, stand there, make a fist, a straight arm. I'm going to lift up, you resist. And I'm like, okay, I mean, this is weird. So I just did my resistance against him, and he's lifting. And this is where I am. I'm not moving. And I'm looking down at his facial expressions, and looked like he was about to blow a blood vessel in his head. And I can feel him lifting, and I'm thinking to myself, come on, this is crazy. And I said, that was weird. I said, okay, whatever, this one here. So I'm all tough guy now, and put my feet together, and I got 2 fists, and I'm all ready for it. And then he's pushing down, and I'm literally still standing there. He could have climbed up, changed the light bulb. I was just, my head was rolling. I was thinking, what's going on? It can't be these socks. This doesn't even make any sense. So even though he's my buddy, I thought, okay, I gotta do this to somebody else. I mean, honestly, I need to kind of see this in a different kind of perspective. So I said, Terry, get out of here. I had the socks, took them off, had the girl come over to me, and I said, listen, I'm going to do something here, and we're going to show you some magic, but I'll be doing it. And I did exactly what Terry did. And it worked on this person. And that was the moment for me that I'm looking in the corner and there he is snickering just because he knew it would work. He was that confident. So now he's out of the equation. I did this on my own. Now I'm like super curious. But then he said, listen, you can't say anything because this does not come out for probably about 6 months. So I just was kind of like, wow, I want to tell the world, but thanks for letting me know about this, because that's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. So then, of course, as time has went on, so in the very beginning, Jay started out with an insole, and the pattern's right here, except of course it's here. This is just signifying where it would be. It's also extra cushion and whatnot. Anyways, the pattern would be right here. It would touch the metatarsal part of the foot and send a signal to the brain to have the brain work optimally to help you. Then, of course, he wanted to help more people, so he came out with these socks. So little did I know that Jay went around sharing these, and he sold $500,000 worth of them out of the trunk of his car. But it was proof of concept that what he had was real. That was the biggest part about what he was doing. Then when we went to the socks, it opened up a whole other, a batch of people that we could help, because some people, these insoles may not have fit in someone's shoe. Some may not wear shoes. Some may only wear socks, so socks around the house, whatever it is. We knew that we were going to be able to help more and more and more people. And then that's when this came out. And I've got one here, I've got some on my back, shoulder, and this is what it's boiled down to now. And the efficacy on these patches, these super patches, is 10 times what this is. So we've literally upgraded from iPhone 6, which have smashed screens and chips and everything, and they still operate, but they're kind of old news. And now we have the super patches. Well, we want to help 1 billion people. So guess what? Now we will be able to, because there's people that don't wear insoles, don't wear shoes, don't wear socks, all those different things. We want to help the world. And that's what's most important to us. We don't like drugs. These are drug-free. There's no ingredients. It all is based on touch. And that is how this works. We're totally anti-drug, and we don't have anything in our patches that are harmful. It's all just basically a pattern. And I know that's really hard to believe, or your head's trying to wrap around what I'm saying. And I totally understand that, but just experience it and the rest will make sense. Think about when somebody said, I'm going to, fly a plane in the sky like a bird, way back when. And what happened? It happened, but it was radical. It was, the Wright brothers saying, we're going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And everyone said, whatever, no way. And it happened. So when you think of something like this that seems so crazy and unrealistic, it's not. It's real, but experience trumps everything. So again, I did this to the last one. I keep thinking I'm on that front page, and here we go. So in saying all that, that's my story. That's kind of how I got involved 7.5 years ago. A big thing to understand is I'm still here. Okay. I'm still here. And that's very important, because why would I go around flogging a product that didn't work or was useless or had side effects or was crazy, whatever? No, this is the real deal. So instead of us worrying about the past and what happened yesterday, we don't need to worry about that. That's not, this is where we've gone. And we've gone to these patches that have such great efficacy that it's in an industry that is just so mammoth that the opportunity to share this is incredible, and the opportunity to help people is even bigger. And we are just setting sails right now to drift off and help as many people as possible, because we have all these different patches that help with different things. So when you're in the technology industry, just think of Fitbits and Zoom and all these different applications. Look what happened during COVID. This Zoom application was absolutely, it changed everything in their business, because everybody's on here, everybody's using the technology because it makes our lives easier, better, faster. Innovation is definitely where it's at, and we're at the forefront of that. No one else has what we have. I talked about how this is kind of like magic, but it's doesn't work on that premise. This is an actual real thing. It's a type 1 medical device that's going to assist you in ways you've never ever been able to have happen before. This seems to be the thing that everybody's been searching for, that makes that difference in their life. So just remember that I can ramble on here and I can say that it's $1 trillion market and you could make zillions of dollars and you could help billions of people. And until you actually experience what this does, your fire's not going to be lit yet. So just wait until that happens and you put these patches on and experience them. The rest is pretty much history. You're going to just love every minute of it. So a lot of times here I'm trying to explain what this does or whatever, and the easiest way to imagine this is imagine how this works. So let's say we're together, I'm right beside you, and I tell you to close your eyes, and you close your eyes and you put out your hands, and I said, look, I'm going to place something in your hands and you tell me what that is. And let's just imagine you're sitting there, your eyes are closed, and I put something in and you feel it and you say, that's a pen. And then I say, open your eyes, and you look and it's a pen. Okay, great. Well, how did you know that? Well, I was touching it. I could feel it. I could tell that it was a pen. And I said, great, because you didn't hear it, you didn't taste it, you didn't smell it, you didn't see it, you felt it, you touched it. That is powerful. And that just means that this is not just skin. These are neuroreceptors that are super powerful, that understand, that communicate with the brain, and the brain is responsible for everything. So instead of me trying to explain the tech in a little bit more detailed fashion, why don't you listen to our CEO inventor, incredible man, had a vision to help his mom with MS when he was just a little boy at 13 years of age. And look where we are today. And it's truly a remarkable story. Someone can share that with you. But let's listen to Jay, and he's going to explain this so that it makes a little bit more sense to you.
Hi, everyone. It's Jay with Super Patch. I hope everyone's having a great day. People are always asking me, Jay, how do these super patches work? So today I'm going to give you guys a high-level explanation. So first things first, every physical, emotional, psychological function has a corresponding neurocode in our brains. And these neurocodes, which are just messages, sometimes get stuck or damaged for 1,000,001 reasons, but that leads to poor health, poor wellness, and even poor performance. So after 12.5 years of research at Super Patch, we actually decoded these messages. We decoded the neural code that can help and control the neurofunction of physical, emotional, and psychological function. So every single Super Patch has a pattern and ridges in it. And when these ridges come in contact with our skin, the patch uses the receptors in and on our skin to send that message to our brain. And the brain decodes it. So every single Super Patch is generating a very specific signal that's responsible for a physical, emotional, or psychological function. And that's how the Super Patches work. So all 8 Super Patches have their unique QR code that's sending a unique message that our brain decodes. And that's why we can help with so many wellness, performance benefits that people are seeing. So till next time, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.
So in saying that, QR codes, we've all seen them. They're those weird little images, and you take your phone and you scan it and it sends you to a website or to a Facebook group or wherever it sends you. So it's the same thing. It's taking a very complex message and it's decoding it and then giving you what the end result should be. So why our technology? Why is it so important? Well, first of all, there's so many people out there with wellness needs, whether that is they're in pain, they have low energy, they have, brain fog, they're just cognitively a mess. A lot of those things are like ADHD and ADD, your mind's going all over the place, and all these different things that people need. And there's also on the other spectrum, the performance, where you would like to have better exercise performance, lift more weights, recover faster, have better stability, endurance, all those different things. And what are our solutions these days? Well, it's obvious. The over-the-counter products, which usually have a bunch of real bad stuff in them, drugs, which we know have bad stuff, and then it's take this drug and then you're going to have this side effect possibly, so we'll take another drug to offset that, and we understand what ends up happening. You end up with a tray of pills that you click it open and you just ate as many as them are that day. I see people walking around like zombies. I hate it. I dislike it. And I'm just set on a mission like everybody else to change that. And there's a way of changing that. And it's, you know, using other modalities. And, you know, everybody doesn't want to have to change their lifestyle. They don't want to have to go on a diet. They don't want to have to do all these things to achieve a certain thing. Well, the great thing is, because we're FDA registered, we have no drugs, no ingredients. We're just such an incredible alternative to what's available there now. And why wouldn't somebody use it? You can't get in trouble in sport. It's not doping. It's going to instantly change everything in terms of their performance and things like that. Or on a wellness side, we have 2 peer-reviewed studies that are published in journals, and the one is for pain and the one is for sleep, and all our other patches will come out with these studies, and no one has that. No one can say that they have a drug-free pain solution. It usually has ingredients or something's going into the body and all those invasive things. So we're just so happy that we have a drug-free solution, instant and effective. It's easy to use, non-invasive, non-reactive. Children can wear it, pregnant, pacemaker. You don't have to change your diet, no lifestyle, and it's super affordable. And what I want to do is just show you this. This is Lois. This is incredible. This is a before and after of her using the Liberty patch, and watch when she goes up the stairs, and then as she puts the Liberty on, what happens when she goes back down.
Last July, I woke up one day and couldn't walk. It came completely out of the blue. My children had to come and help me get out of bed. And I've had a problem with my right leg ever since then. I've tried all kinds of things, magnets, far infrared, lotions, potions, medications, physiotherapy, oils. And since we don't have a main floor bedroom in our house, this is how I was having to walk up the stairs. Four weeks ago today, I started using the Freedom and the Liberty patches from the Super Patch Company. And this is how I walk up the stairs now. I'm very grateful.
Very grateful, as she should be, and as anyone would be. Just truly remarkable. I have witnessed this in front of my eyes multiple times. Just truly just great stuff. And she had a lot of pain, so our first patch here is the pain patch, which was the Freedom. So she's benefited from that also. But why wouldn't you try a drug-free solution for your pain? You literally put it where the pain is and you see what happens. I just helped a fellow that blew his back here up at the cottage. Right now he's in stun mode. He doesn't understand how it's possible after doing so many different things that this patch has helped him so well. This is our sleep patch, REM, so sleep like never before. It's a huge issue. So many people have interrupted sleep. This is going to give you that deep 4 hours of incredible sleep, whether you get 8 hours or not, that you're going to feel incredible the next day. We also have a stress patch, obviously for anxiety and stress. And we also have a defend patch. Now this patch is incredible. Look at this before wearing the patch, the blood stacked on top of each other. It's deformed, I guess is the word for it. And it doesn't have all the oxygen that it requires. Well, watch what happened after someone that's never wore this patch, put it on, and then they did her live blood analysis 30 minutes later. Boom. It's remarkable. We can get you more information on this, whoever's brought you to this call. when I saw this live in front of my eyes, that was it. I wear that patch regardless every single day. Liberty, this is the one that Lois used up and down the stairs. Phenomenal difference. Pay attention like never before. This is ADHD and all those things. Victory for athletes, you know, better performance, all that incredible stuff. Focus, to focus in. It's the attention network. It just really lets you dial in on what you're doing. Our Ignite patch, which burns 25% more calories at rest, and what it does when you're actually doing something, truly, truly awesome. And then we have a Kick It patch, which is for all those bad habits that we have. So the next one is Joy. So if you're feeling down and out, or things aren't going well, and this, you need to brighten your spirits, this is the patch. So that's our lineup. Why Super Patch? It's the biggest breakthrough in human performance in 50 years. Also in health. So we just are making inroads like never before, that people are just being open to what we have. We're becoming this massive brand that people are now going to use all over the world. We don't have competition. This is not available on Amazon. We are the only ones who have this, and it will always be that way. Again, we're drug free. We have 1 million happy customers with the patches. It's, I think, at 1.2 million now, and we've helped over 6 million people originally with our socks. So it's an easy transition, especially when the product has better results. Incredible clinical trials. We have all those. We're FDA registered. So if you wanted to get started in the UK, it's £50. Just remember, you can only sign up for a membership, and then you have to wait 7 days before you can actually get a launch kit. And those launch kits are the Mega Kit, the Business Builder launch kit, and then also the UK Founding Members Kit. So remember, you sign up first, and then 7 days later you can get a kit. And in Europe, it is €50. You can buy this business pack. But you can do this right away. This is not something you have to wait on like the UK. The Europe can just purchase this right off the hop. You can also just get a membership, or you can get a Euro Founder pack. They may be sold out. I don't want to say for sure that you can get that, but anyways, that is it. I am just going to get to the end, and then we can open this up now for some stories of what these patches have done for people. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, and let's hear some great stories, because that's always the most exciting part about the call. In my opinion, except for all the other stuff, this just results always supersede everything. So
Thank you, Paul. That was brilliant. Shall I start with my story first, and then see who else wants to give their testimonial? So
certainly.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I was introduced to the technology. I have fibromyalgia. I had to stop work 12 years ago, and I was in so much pain, brain fog, couldn't function properly at all. Friend rang me and said, "You need these socks and insoles. They'll help you with your fibromyalgia." I said, "Don't be ridiculous. How can a pair of socks help me?" So anyway, she sent me them. I was going on holiday to Canada, actually, for 3 weeks, really worried I wouldn't keep up with everyone. So I was always tired, and I put them on, and incredible. I wasn't tired at the end of the day. I had so much energy. I then came back. I was playing tennis, and my friends couldn't believe how fast I was around the court. And now I play tennis 3-4 times a week, sometimes play league matches, sometimes more than once a week. And I've got my life back again. It's just changed my life, which is why I now promote these as well. So is there anybody else would like to share their story?
Yeah, you can just unmute yourself, or just put your hand up and we can help you with that, whatever makes the most sense.
I'm happy to give a quick share if you want, Angela.
Yes, please. Thanks.
And we just had a quick chat before the meeting started. If my dog, I hope my dog's not going to start barking. But no, I just I happen to be wearing the sleeve, which we sell now, but it's quite a visual thing. And I saw somebody in church who was asking me about it, and I ended up giving this lady doing a balance test. She was right up for it. She said she hasn't got feeling in one of her feet, part of her foot, that it's a kind of fibromyalgia type thing that she might have, but it's an issue that she's got nonetheless. And she was very interested. So she did the balance test. And for anybody out there who either hasn't had the balance test done on them, or that you've just joined the business and you are thinking about doing balance tests on people, I would jump in and just go for it, because when you do it, you know, not only do they feel the dynamic of being unbalanced 1 minute and then literally being like a fence post planted in a deep hole in the ground that they just don't budge, but you actually feel it in your body doing it to them. So it's a win-win thing, and they get that wow factor. You get it as well, because you're doing it with them. And when they realize dynamically, experientially, how this is increasing their balance by 31%, it's a dynamic experience. So this is like, maybe I should come back on here next Monday, because I just said to her, here's a patch, keep this on for 24 hours. Here's another one, put it on for after 24 hours, and I'll see you on Sunday, or message me in the week. So I haven't got the last bit of the story, but maybe I'll feed that back next week.
That'd be brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, it really does make a difference when you've done that balance test. Anybody else like to share a testimonial? Anyone got?
While we're waiting on that, I can piggyback off that. So Emma, you're right, the balance test. So when we had that, remember we had to send in all the demos. I was up at my hunt camp and we had to send in 10 of them. So I got this whole family that was beside my hunt camp, and I went in and I demoed them all, and I got all the videos and the whole 9 yards of it. But that's all they did was just wear one patch, and he thought he was feeling good. One of the guys there, who's now my friend. And ironically, I sort of said something in the opportunity meeting about this just moments ago, but he literally texted me, and he's never said anything about the patches. He just said, buddy, I need your patches. I just blew my back. He was taking something out of a truck, and instead of, anyways, he pulled it towards him and it was way too much, and he did something and he was just hurting. So he tried everything and nothing was working. And then he finally came over here. And he came upstairs and everybody was here, my family and everything. And I said, okay, here's the Liberty. We know what that does. And I said, where is it? And he showed me on his back. I put the Freedom pain patch, and literally I sit there and I wait. I don't say a word. I don't ask a question. And I could tell he was doing these weird twists and stuff. And then he goes, hey, this is what's going on here. And I can see him slowly, his body is starting to not be so tense, and it's starting to loosen up, and he understood the demo, and the demo is what made him say, gosh, what if those patches worked? So again, it's very powerful. Whether you got to do it on Zoom and make sure they're with someone and show them how to do it, you can do that, but so powerful. And he's just blown away. And is his pain all gone? No, he said, dude, I'm functioning. He actually went out, I let him dock his boat out here, so he doesn't have to keep unloading it at the boat launch because he's not on the lake. And now he's came here this morning and he's like, there's no way I would be out fishing today. Like, that's unbelievable, these patches. And I still feel a bit, but dude, I'm so mobile right now. So anyway, that's another one that literally happened yesterday. That's how this works. So.
Wow, brilliant. So Donna, would you like to say something?
Yes, I started wearing the, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I started wearing the Ignite patch. I mean, I've got the Liberty and all the other ones on, but I mean, the new patch was the Ignite patch because I needed to lose some weight around my middle. And June 23rd, I weighed myself. And so I just weighed myself again yesterday, and I've lost 2.5 pounds. So I'm just wanted to say, may not be a big deal to some people, but I'm excited about it. And I don't have the cravings that I did.
That's brilliant. Thank you. Did Evelyn want to say something?
Mia with a hand raised.
Yeah. Hi, Mia.
Hi, are you ready for me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mia Saddington. I'm an associate in Chatham, Ontario. And I'm excited to be on the call today. I do have a story I'd like to share with a customer. I was at a show and a customer came up to me. She was kind of hunched over a little bit and she had her hand on her middle back. She was in pain. Her feet were sore. So while she was there, we were just talking. I put the Liberty patch on her. And within about 5 or 10 minutes, she starts standing up straight and she says, I can't believe it. She says, my pain's starting to go away. And we're talking a little bit more. And she said, my feet are starting to feel better. Like she just was blown away with the pain patches, the Freedom patch. So, and she ended up becoming an associate. So that's pretty exciting.
Thank you. That's brilliant. Have we got anyone else? Oh, yes. Zemma?
No, I'm just clapping.
Oh, right. Sorry. Do we have anybody else?
I've
Oh,
got
Evelyn.
I've got an
Evelyn.
hand, if you like.
Yeah, just really, just very quickly today.
Okay, thanks, Evie.
Sorry, I just came back from my surgeon because I had hip surgery 6 weeks ago. And he looked at my scar and it was the most beautiful scar. So from wearing my Liberty patch and my Defend, I mean, I've been wearing other ones as well, and the Flow all the time. And yeah, the way the scar healed, like sometimes I can barely find my scar, which is amazing. And it's like, it's a good 6 inches long. So if anyone's going for surgery, honestly recommend wearing your patches because they make such a difference. He was pleasantly surprised with my progress. So just wanted to share that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, John, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I've got one I can share. And it was actually similar to one before. I was at a show. It was dedicated to the care sector. And I was in the sort of the coffee area, and I fell into conversation with a couple of people talking about why they were there, and they asked me why I was there. I was there to promote the super patch technology, and so I explained how it worked, and they looked at me with the usual look of disbelief, as people do when you first share something with them, particularly if they've never come across you before. You're telling me this patch can do all these things? I said, well, let's try. So like I did the what people have been describing as the balance test with one of them, and when I did the lateral test on him, I could see in his eyes that this was more than the usual amount of surprise that he was showing. And I said, how does that feel to you? And he said, it feels extraordinary, unbelievable. And he then explained to me that he doesn't actually have proper toes on his feet. He's just got little stubs on his feet, and so his balance was naturally very poor, and he was now standing absolutely rock solid. And his colleague then said to him, have you noticed that your tremors have stopped? And he went, no. And he put up his 2 hands and they were absolutely steady as a rock. And what his colleague had been watching, because obviously she knew that he had these tremors, and apparently as soon as the patch went on, the tremors just stopped. And he hadn't noticed because he was so involved in the balance experience. But just, you know, we've gone from meeting somebody and showing them 5 minutes later how, you know, we can actually change their lives. It's extraordinary stuff.
Wow, that's incredible. Thanks, John. Any others tonight?
That's perfect timing anyway. So
Okay.
thanks for everybody for offering up their story. That's what this is all about. So it brings joy to us every day.
Okay, so just need to say that we don't claim to diagnose, treat, cure anything at all. There are thousands and thousands of other testimonials on the Facebook testimonial group. Go to the person who's invited you here and they can invite you to that group, and you can type in anything you like, and if there's a testimonial about it, it will come up. So thank you very much for being on the call. Thank you very much in particular to Paul and all those that have spoken, and we look forward to seeing more people coming on next Monday. And if you've just come on, please go back to the person who invited you. And also remember, you get a 30-day money back guarantee on our products as well. So thank you. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks.